Please welcome Zia Khan, Vice President of Initiatives and Strategy, the Rockefeller Foundation.
Hi, I'm here to talk about the problem of energy access and how addressing this problem can create and unleash opportunity. When you look at this map behind me, you see a picture of the Earth at nighttime. And you'll see that some countries are very well lit and have power, and others don't. In fact, 20% of the world's population does not have regular access to high-quality electricity. And one of the global goals that we've set for 2030, goal number 7, aims to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable energy for all. Now, the good news is that progress is being made. The bad news is that it's not happening fast enough. Take this map of India on the left here. You'll see lots of lights in the major metropolitan areas and the wealthier states, but you'll also see patches of dark, and these are the poor rural areas that are being left behind of all this progress that's being made. And even when the government brings electricity to villages, it's not very good quality and it's not always available. And this creates the dark. And I want to take a minute for you to really imagine what this feels like. After the sun falls, you literally can't see more than 3 or 4 feet in front of you. Life comes to a standstill in many villages, as people can only huddle around pretty unsafe kerosene lamps. But it's more than just lighting. Women cook with wood, coal, and charcoal, leading to health problems. When it's hot, there are no fans. Without TV, the internet, the radio, people don't get the same useful information that you and I take for granted. This is the real dark that many people live in. Fortunately, there are lots of innovations ranging from small solar lanterns to home systems and mini-grids that are using off-grid clean energy solutions to solve this problem. And here's a photo of a market that was able to stay open much later at night. And as I roamed this market, you saw people haggling with shopkeepers, buying things, talking, exchanging information. In fact, the whole economic activity of the village came to life now that they had a little bit more light. However, while light is great, there's a difference between light and power. Light changes how people operate in their homes and in markets and in public spaces. But power is what's needed for productive and economic uses. And on the right here, you'll see a woman who has joined a collective to produce clothes, a job opportunity that would not be possible without access to power. This has been our goal at the Rockefeller Foundation, to not only provide people with lighting in their homes and streets, but also the power that drives sewing machines, irrigation pumps, computers, refrigerators, and TVs. All the equipment that can help a rural economy grow and create opportunities for all. A few years ago, the Rockefeller Foundation launched an initiative, Smart Power for Rural Development. And this is an initiative that takes innovative solutions like solar-powered mini-grids and scales them up to bring power to rural areas. So far, we've been focused on India with a goal of reaching 1,000 villages, but now we're expanding globally. To make this work, we have to coordinate across the entire ecosystem. We have to work with governments on their regulations and frameworks. We work with energy service companies to help invest in them and grow their businesses. And we work with communities so that we can stimulate demand and also get local buy-in. So far, we have 106 mini-grids in operation. And while we're working some kinks out in the business model, we're really pleased with what we're learning about the independently verified social impact. For example, 87% of women report being less apprehensive about safety after dark, and small businesses report 13% increases in revenues. This is all very exciting. Now, one critical area for us is around innovation. What are the technologies that will make these off-grid solutions more reliable, more effective, and less costly? And here's a picture of one innovation, the spark meter. It's a low-cost meter that allows people to pay as they use electricity. And this gives customers much more control over their bill and real-time feedback on their usage. Now, Spark Meter was developed by folks in the US who really understood the context in which their devices would be implemented. And too often, I speak with innovators and entrepreneurs who have developed devices in clean labs, but don't fully appreciate the heat, dust, and frankly, theft that can occur in the places where they'll eventually get deployed. This is where we at the Rockefeller Foundation hope we can be a helpful partner. You all have the great ideas, and we want to be the working lab in which you can test them. Now, one reason that I want to motivate all of you to think about energy access as an area to apply your ideas and your talents is because you're not only helping people, but you're creating innovators as well. So this here is a picture of Tamesh Sharma, a carpenter I met in Bhara, a village in Bihar. He's a carpenter by trade, and he used to use power from diesel generators for his equipment. Now, with the arrival of one of our smart power mini-grids, he switched over, and he's saving money on energy costs, and he's been able to use new tools, like hand tools, that draw on regular clean electricity that you can get from a solar mini-grid. But what I liked best when I was talking with him was that he wasn't being overly thankful for what we had done, but instead he was pushing me to increase the capacity of the plant so he could use more power. I didn't feel like I was talking to someone who was getting a handout. I was talking with someone who was a demanding customer. He was empowered, and this really gave him dignity. All we needed to do was give him more electricity and more power, and then get out of his way. It's these visceral experiences that bring the opportunity to life, for me and for others. And I've been lucky to visit many of these villages. And now we want to bring those villages to you. Power in Hand is a 5-minute 360 VR film that shows firsthand the impact that reliable access to clean energy has on rural Indian communities. And we have it here today at the summit in a viewing station just to the side of this auditorium. We hope that you'll participate and experience what happens when we bring power to these villages. But if you have your own VR goggles and Google Cardboard, you can also view it any time. We're releasing a 360 version of this film on our website and also on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You just have to search for Power in Hand. And I have one last request. As you go through your day today, pay attention to all the times you draw on power. Then imagine what it must be like to not have access to this power. Then imagine how much human potential we can unlock when we give everyone the same access to power that we enjoy. This is the reality that we're working towards, and this is the work ahead of us. And we actively seek your ideas, your talents, and your energy to join us in seeking resolution to this global goal. Thank you.